Hi guys. Now, should you quit your job before getting another job? Should you have a backup plan when you are leaving your job and you know you want to leave? Well, I'm going to tell you this. Guess what I just did? I had to quit my job with no backup plan. Now, you're wondering why would you do that? Well, life happens. You can't predict what happens in life. So therefore, you only are prepared for what happens. So now, how am I going to sustain myself without a job and I don't have another job lined up? Well, I'm going to work for myself. I have no choice but to work for myself. I will make it through any struggle I have because I know who I am. I know how great I am. And once you know how great you are and you know how your standards are as a person, you will overcome and overachieve any struggle that you face. Does not matter how harsh the struggle is. As long as you don't give up within yourself, you can make it out. Now, the reason why I had to quit my job without another job lined up was because my job has a system where they pick your shifts, as in you don't get to pick your shifts. They give you what they give you, and if you can do it, you can do it. If you can't do it, they don't care, and you just have to get another job. And that's exactly what happened to me. So my job has a seniority list. So basically, if you work there for more than 3 years, you have priority over the shifts that they have available. And they have shifts in the morning, in the night, and overnight. So the only shifts that they had left when it was in my seniority, because I was at the back of the list because I had just gotten hired, was 4 to 12, 6 p.m., no, 5:30 to 1 o'clock. Then they had 8 p.m. to 3:30 a.m., which is overnight. And I couldn't do any of those shifts, and I had to just put in my 2 weeks and leave. You know, it sucks to not have a job because I'm always used to having a job. I'm always used to working 8 hours. And with this job, I was always exhausted. I was always tired every day. I was always working. I always wanted to leave because I was so stressed out because I was always tired. And hey, God said, hey, you got to just leave. There's nothing I could do for you. Trust in me and I will reward you if you trust in me. And I literally have to give God his faith because I have nothing. Literally, I have a roof over my head, which I'm happy about. I have family. I still have life. I'm still healthy. I'm still grateful for the things that I have. I just don't have a job. And now I'm doing YouTube. So YouTube is going to be my job. All I'm going to do is just talk into a camera and upload a video. Hopefully, somebody watches it all the way through so that I can get the views and the watch time. And if they do, kudos to you. If you don't, then thank you for stopping by. But you need to have a backup plan before you leave your job. I understand I'm saying this, but sometimes life is lifing and you can't predict what happens. So it's not always going to work that way. If your job is making you sick, you'll have to start looking for another job ASAP. Do not stay at a job that's making you sick to your stomach and then now you're just like, oh man, I wish I could leave. I wish I could leave. No, just get another job so that you don't have to be financially suppressed about not having money. Being broke is like the worst thing, especially nowadays because everything is expensive now. Everything, the price went up for everything. So something that used to cost $1 back 5 years ago is now $4. So everything is expensive now. And life is short. So for you to stress over a job that you don't care about, that you don't like, it's gonna cost you more staying there than it is for you to get another one. Now, jobs aren't hiring right now. They are, but it's gonna be seasonal jobs. So I don't want to just get me a seasonal job if they're gonna leave me in January. So it makes no sense to get me a seasonal job. And the other jobs that are out there is just minimum wage, as in 15, 16, 17, and up, maybe 18 if I'm lucky. But I just don't want to work at a job because the job doesn't have what I'm looking for. There's no passion in the job. You're just working for a paycheck, and I want to not have to just work for a paycheck just to say that I paid my bills on time, and then I have nothing left over. Like, paying your bills and having nothing left over is the worst feeling. It's almost like you never worked for yourself. You know, when you work a job, you have to pay yourself first. And if you have no money to pay yourself first, you're basically working backwards. Like, it sucks having to work backwards in life because you're trying to move forward. You have big goals and big dreams, but you're working backwards. You're catching up on yourself. That's why you can't chase money, because every time that you chase money, it runs away from you. And then you're hoping that it comes back. Once it comes into your account, it just leaves. So it's like you have no control over what you make with these jobs. Like, they give you $20 an hour, and $20 an hour is not even enough for the work that you do. And your bills are a lot higher than what you get paid. So then you're just scraping by. You're still helpless. You have to work 2 to 3 jobs. You have to work 2 jobs and a side hustle on the side just for you to keep up your life. And you shouldn't have to be keeping up in life. You should be thriving. You should be living your life to the fullest and having fun and doing what you want to do. But life is not like that. It sucks trying to just work for nothing. You're working and you still feel as if you're void. You have empty. You're not happy. You're not sad. You just feel dull inside. Like, working a job just drains you. It drains the life out of you because you don't want to be there, but this job pays your bills. And if you try and do entrepreneurship is not going to work out unless you have an audience or you have a problem that is being solved and you charge for it, and that's it. But getting a job without a job is very rough because now you have to start stressing about how you're going to get another one. You're applying on Indeed, and applying for a job is a job in itself because these applications, they want to ask you all these questions. It's almost like an interview right there in the application process. And then you have to go and hope for an interview, and then they want to give you multiple interviews until you get a job. And then it's just crazy. Like, times has really changed. Like, back then, you could go into a store and get like a written application and write a few details, and they would call you if they're interested, and you would get hired if they're interested. But nowadays, you gotta go apply online and fill out the application, do a questionnaire that has like 100 questions that don't even relate to the job that you're about to do, and you don't even get the job yet. So how you know to answer those questions? You just have to answer it to the best of your ability. Like, the world has changed now. So I would say, if you could work for yourself, do something that you're passionate about. Don't just stay at a job that you hate, because you're going to be so miserable that the money is not even going to phase you anymore. Like, you're going to get paid and you're not going to be happy. Like, I haven't been happy for a paycheck in so long because literally as soon as I get paid, the money just goes straight to bills. And then what am I left over with? I'm left over with nothing. I can't even afford to buy anything. And if I do afford to buy anything, I have no time to be able to even use it because I'm stuck working. So, it's each your own. You pick whatever you can chew, but work to sustain your lifestyle, but do not work to keep yourself trapped. Because once you keep yourself trapped, you're not going to be able to escape. Like, I told people at my job, like, oh, this is my last day. Do you have another job lined up? They all looked at me like I was crazy because I didn't have another job lined up. But I'm like, you're crazy because you're staying at a job that you don't like. Like, you wouldn't want to be doing this right now, but yet you chose to stay here. So how am I crazy for leaving a job because I have nothing lined up, but you are at a job you don't like? So that means money is your superior. That means you prioritize money over happiness. And you shouldn't be prioritizing money over happiness, because once the money runs out, once your health is not there and you can't use the money, at least if you have happiness, then you're happy. You know, that's what you have. But if you just have money, then you're not rich at all, because money is time, money is happiness, money is wealth, money is health, and you have to be able to be healthy to actually use your money. So, my take on not having a job lined up before you quit: do you, and something better will always come at the end of the day, as long as you look for it. If you don't look for it, then it's not going to come. But I hope you like this video and it helped you out today. If it did, please leave a like, comment, share. If this was a bad video, let me know. If it's a good video, let me know. But thank you and have a good one. Let's go.